Hi everybody, Creative Katie, Karen Birchall here. Welcome to my channel, Mixed Media Creations. Follow me on all my social media. If you do a search for Creative Katie, you will find me. You can see what I'm up to in all those places. If you wish to support my channel, you can shop through my Amazon influencer links or make a direct donation through my PayPal link. Thank you so much for your support. Another way you can show support is by subscribing to my channel. It's really important that you click on the bell and that'll make sure you get notified as soon as I upload new videos. You won't miss them then. Today we're going to do some gel printing with stencils. I've been in kind of a artist block, and so one of the things I do is grab my gel plate. Did you know I'm a brand ambassador for the Crafters Workshop? You're going to see their products in this video. All the stencils that are used in this video are Rebekah Meier stencils from the new Winter 2019 release. This is circle tiles. And when I see this on the gel plate, I am in love with it. So I'm just warming up the gel plate and I'm mixing colors that go together. That yellow, green, and light blue permanent works so well. And I'm pulling off one print and I'm building up those layers on there, and then I'm pulling off this first print. Don't worry, I know this video is going quick and you're not seeing them, but I do put all of these at the end. So now what I'm going to do is do some gel printing in my quickfire quote journal. And in that, I am taking an old Happy Planner, it's the mini size, and I am just getting some pattern and design and color on them in a very quick, easy way. I did this before and I absolutely love it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do that this time with stencils. Last time I used a lot of DIY mark making tools, and I'll put a link to that video. I'm just brayering off. Right here, this green with this purple is going to be ugly. And that happens. But let it dry and just come back and put another layer on it. It is just, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. But just keep going. Don't worry. And I'm just putting these on. They're not gessoed or anything. The paper is it stands up quite well to that little bit of wet medium. They don't warp or anything. Who knew? So I just have my papers on this side, and some of them have partially, they've already got an art journal page on them. I want more color because I'm finding that I'm enjoying having those ready-made colored patterned backgrounds, which is new for me because that's typically not the way I've operated in the past. I would do backgrounds and it's like, yeah, I don't know. This circle tile stencil is absolutely lovely. I've used it in so many ways in different color combos, and they're all really interesting, and I can't wait to do some of those pages with the art journaling. That's a different color combination, but I've found I've embraced that. That one I just love the colors, the orange and the quinacridone magenta, just sweet. So what do you do when you have a artist block? I don't know, like even doing this is a older stencil, script dots, and I am loving it. It's new to me, but it was, I think, summer of 2018 release, and it is gel print. You can't see it on that one, but on that one, later on you're going to see some more pages with that I can just have to play with it. That one, I just love, love, love. And this print as well. You kind of get a positive and a negative. And I'm just getting the extra paint off. But again, yellow and orange or yellow and red, just, and you make those mid-tones in between where they blend. Because I want lots of color on the page, I am mixing colors right on my gel plate. Yummy. You'll see that coming up. I'm sure I'm going to find some project for it. I haven't even put it back in my stash. It's still sitting out on the desk. I love that look. And you'll see later what I do. When I get out some texture stamps and I add some more marks to some of them. And like I said earlier, they will be shown in real time at the end. So you get a good look of the patterns. This one is called linked tiles. It's another favorite. I've used this as a straight stencil and it just gives that nice pattern back there. And when you layer it up with other stencils and other patterns, it's just really nice. There, you can kind of see it in the background and it's not that much forward. I should be making supper, but I'm not. I'm editing a video. Sorry for the ding. So I'm just going to say right here, a quick, easy way to clean your stencils after a gel printing session like this. I don't clean them after I've just stenciled with them, but with gel printing, they get pretty covered. Throw them into a bin and add a dishwasher tablet in there and just let them soak. I use warm water. It just comes right off. It's so effortlessly. I put it on the bottom of the sink and I just use a soft nail brush and it comes off even if it's been on there for a while. This one is called Layered Wallpaper. And it's kind of got that grunge look to it a little bit because it's, kind of like ripped. It's not straight edged. I've used texture paste with that one and it's really great too. I'm just getting excess paint off because my goal here isn't to make a focal point. I just want to get color and pattern and visual texture onto my backgrounds. And I just want an assortment of colors so that when I am doing my quick fire quote journal, and I'll put a link to that entire series, it talks all about how you can make sure you can art journal every day by doing some things like this ahead of time. So it breaks it up so it makes it really possible that we can give ourselves the gift of creative time. There's also a video in there about how to do things while you're on the go. This one's called Dotted Rings. And I really liked this one to stencil with, but I wasn't sure how it was going to work on the gel plate, and I was impressed. In my mind, a good stencil is one that you can stencil with. It does well for stenciling, it does well for putting modeling paste through, and gives you a good thing on the gel plate. See, I like that, just that little bit of extra something. Now, I could have totally just stenciled that on, but I have the gel plate out, so I'm just adding some marks. And because it's so fine, it's good for that as well. So I'm just tossing these pages to the side, and when they're dry, I'm bringing them back, adding another layer. I think one page there, because it just seemed whatever I put on it, I wasn't happy with. It ended up having probably 6 layers of paint. This is layered wallpaper again. And I like that look. The only problem is with some of my pages, there's print on it, the days of the week and the like, as well as some things that I have written on there. But we'll just make that work. So you're going to have to continue to watch the series to see how I take that and make that work. Now, there's just lots of white wet paint on that. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to see if I can get that on this stencil. And it's very faint, but you know what? All of it doesn't have to be in your face. It can be faint. So I'm trying to think what colors do I want to use? You know, if there's little bits of grungy bits, you want that to be a color that's going to work well together. There was one I just didn't like. I thought, you know what? Nothing to lose. I'm just going to put this on. And quite honestly, if you end up with a page that you don't like and it doesn't seem to get used, a coat of gesso and a couple layers of paint, and away you go. You've got a fresh page. So nothing's going to go terribly to waste. Like there's nothing that you can do wrong. This is an 8 by 10 gel plate by Jelly Arts. And each of these, the mini planner, they're about 5 by 7, which is a great size. Especially if you want to art journal every day. If you don't do something on a massive scale, see, I love that dotted ring one. It just adds that little pattern design. Some of these I think I can doodle on. Maybe that'll be something I do on the quick fire quote journal page. I love these prints. There's not enough color there, but I'm going to have to get creative about what I put on there. But I like that there's so much white space. Doing the gel plate and playing with colors is the best way I know to learn about which colors go well together. Because your mind just kind of clicks and you just kind of go with the flow and you're not thinking and you're going to discover some wonderful combinations that you'll then be able to use on purpose. I tried this one This is linked tiles. I need to go back and you do it again. I maybe it was the color, maybe it was the time of the session, but it gives some interesting pattern and design. Think time. You know, that finger gets a tapping. Now I've got some gold on here. I'm thinking I'm going to add some gold onto some of those other pages. I'm going to put this down and then put some of these pages that have color on them. And then we're just going to have that little bit of shimmer of gold. So we have pattern in the initial one, and then we have pattern again. I want to put some burgundy on here with this gold. I'm thinking that's always a winning color combo. And you got that shimmer and pattern, and it's not perfect. But that's what I like about it. With the gel plate, you get those little crusty bits that stick on there. And that just makes it interesting. Remember, these are backgrounds. And I'm hoping that they're going to inspire something. This is your time to just play, just have fun. Mixing yellow and pink, trying to get that coral color. This is not a Rebekah Meier stencil. This is art by Marlene stencil, and I grabbed it out. And I'm loving the print that it gives on the gel plate. So I will come back another day and do another gel printing thing using Art by Marlene stencils. I just love that. I haven't really used this stencil much. I've used little bits of it, but not the whole thing. And, it's a good way to get to know your brand new stencils. Love that. Can do some doodling on there with some black or whatever. I think that's just going to make an interesting background for my quickfire quote journal page. And I thought I'd do a cleanup print with some black here. It just adds the little marks coming up. That's sometimes all you need. I really don't have much of a plan when I do my gel printing. My plan is to maybe use a variety of colors or to use a certain amount of stencils, but I don't have it all figured out. That one's just grungy yumminess. I thought, okay, this light blue is going to go good with the black. It's going to pick up all those crusty bits. Didn't like what was going on there, so I'm putting another layer of paint on. I love, love, love that one. Just, oh. The teal and the magenta paint, where they blend together, make a lovely purple. Trying to decide if I want to add another layer of paint on that one or if we're good to go. Loving the look. So right now we are going to go to the reveal. And I'm going to show all of these. Now, I did start videotaping the stamping that I did.
We have the
but
reveal.
what happened was my battery
Some of these I've added
died
texture
and I
stamps
didn't catch
to,
it, so all of that
just
was
with
lost.
archival
So these
ink.
are just the pages.
And some I've just left as they were with the gel print. I don't know
So what
how,
you will see on some of them,
what I'm
you'll
going
see
to
some
do to
texture
finish them
stamps,
off.
and I
So
just
we
stamped
can
with
just kind of
archival ink. Look at
see
that loveliness. That one I love.
where they are. Something like this, it's really visible.
I'm gonna have to get creative and
I'm
cover
going
up
to
that
do some
2019.
masking
I don't
on
want that on my art journal page, but that may be selective.
Some of these were done before.
already. Love the green with the blue. We got a couple different stencils, and I put some bubble stamps on there. Look at that grungy loveliness. Oh. There, I just added some
more
stars
ghost
and
prints,
filled it in.
and
I love the white space.
So that gives a very different feel and look.
Some of them you can't quite make. You can't make out the exact stencil.
This one has about 12 layers
but every
of
little
paint on it.
stencil
I
is
kept
added
not
to it.
liking
That
it.
one's got some shimmer. It's
So
got
we'll
the
see
script
what
dot
we
on
do
there,
with that.
A few others. And remember, I can add more later on. Now when I put some peacock stamp on, but the idea is you do this now
there we have just that little bit of gold.
45-minute, hour-long session. Then
Some
later you
script
have these
stamp
backgrounds
seems
already
to
done,
fit.
and it saves your art journaling time, so you can sit down and get a page done in 15-20 minutes. Added a script stamp on there. Love that. Love that look.
I'll put a link to the stamps that I've used here.
There, I had some texture paste actually on
I didn't get that
page,
all
and
on
I just
film.
put it right on the
camera
gel plate.
battery died.
Love the grungy look of that. Some homemade stamps. Lots of white space. Loving the look of that one. We have got about 4 different layers of stencils on there.
Love the colors of this one.
Yummy.
Some I like more than others.
So I hope you enjoyed this.
Bye.
There are some close-ups of just still shots of the various prints. Check out my quick fire quote journal series, because you're definitely going to see where and how I take these backgrounds and use them in my art journal pages. Bye for now.